I am the Shinigami,
And I'm the Quincy.
and today we are doing a prediction for Bleach Chapter 533. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go over some of the key points of what we think will happen in this chapter. Quincy, you can say your key points, and then I'll say my key points.
Uh, I have about 3, 4 key points. First one being the Black Hollow is still alive. Aizen, of course, still watching with his ray face. Ryukin showing up, and then Masaki healing Ishin.
My key points are pretty much the same. I do believe that the Hollow could still be alive because we've seen that some of them are pretty regenerative. Although I don't know, they do say headshots are the deadliest. So who knows? I'm not sure. Maybe that's what happens. That could be the part where Ishin jumps in front of her. You know, Ryukin witnesses as Ishin jumps in front to protect Misaki from the Hollow that she thinks was killed. And that may be where he gets his fatal injury where he's on the ground. Because we saw he's not on the ground yet. But the other key points are Aizen's still there. We'll hear a little bit of him talking. And then Ryukin, like I said, will show up to see all that. And then Misaki will be like, Arigato! Thank you! And here, I'll heal you. So yeah, pretty much the same thing you said. So let's go over the first key point. The Hollow's still alive. Uh, I'll start actually, because I know it's a lot of pressure whenever I say, "Here you go." So I'll start. um, so yeah, well I kind of covered that, but the Hollow I think is still alive, even though it was a headshot. We saw Ukiora take a pretty much whole upper body shot from Ichigo's Sero in the face, and he got up. So yeah, that's very possible, and I think Ishin will hop up and go to save Masaki. You know, maybe this is a chapter where we'll see more of his Shikai power, or maybe even Bankai. I don't know. But yeah, he'll hop in, save Masaki, and Ryukin will witness this. What about you? What do you think of the first key point?
Well, pretty much said everything. Uh, just have to add. It could be, the Hollow could be like half dead, half alive. It could possibly, it's like a worm. You know, you take the worm's head off, it can still move. So I feel like even though Masaki delivered the headshot, it can still swing that one arm with the blade on it, and that's probably where Ishin comes in.
Maybe you know how they were talking about this Hollow had a filled hole, and remember the hole symbolized that they had lost their heart. What if that hole, like it has no head, and then that hole becomes its second head, and then now it has a hole? So maybe, I don't know. The mask was symbolizing that that was the heart, the Hollow's heart. So maybe that's something to do. I don't know. Might explain how it survived. Um,
Interesting.
yeah. I'll go on to the next part too about Aizen and everything. Well, I don't think much is gonna happen with Aizen. He'll just be like, "Let's watch this," with his creepy face.
You what?
I think he'll just be like, "Let's watch this," with his creepy face, and maybe Tosin will say something. But other than that, I don't think there will be much. What do you think?
Yeah. It won't be much. Maybe like a panel or two. A little conversation between Tosin and Aizen, or maybe Tosin and Gin. You know.
Um, and then what did we say? Ryukin shows up. I'll let you go first on that since you're the Quincy.
Well, Ryuken's gonna make a badass entrance. All right, he's gonna show up in that Reishi armor that I'm so excited to see, and Katagiri's gonna be right next to him. Now, something tells me that Ryuken will be able to see Aizen for some reason. I I don't know what it is, but I feel like the Reishi armor will give Ryuken the ability to detect Aizen's presence. And that's what I have on that part. And then of course, like you said, Ryuken will probably end up seeing Ishin take the blow for Misaki, and then he'll take off his Reishi armor and just stand there like a boss. Yeah, but that's pretty much what I see. His Reishi armor will probably give him the ability to see Aizen, either detect Aizen, Tosen, or Gin. Any one of those three, and maybe the reason why Ryuken didn't show up to face Aizen. You remember when Aizen started to transcend? Maybe Ryuken was already under Aizen's Zanpakuto spell. Maybe this is the moment he gets put under a spell for being able to see him.
Well, remember how Gin was able to figure out that if you touched Aizen's sword while he had it drawn, that was the only way to see and know where he was, even under his spell? I think something's going to happen in this chapter that reveals that, like Ishin or Ryuken, or maybe even Misaki, happens to grab onto his sword. Who knows how? I have no idea. But somehow it comes up and then they grab onto his sword. And it's like, bam. Oh, maybe this is what it is. Maybe Aizen swings his sword at Ishin and then he stops it with his hand. You know how Aizen likes to stop people's swords with his finger? I bet that's what's gonna Ishin's gonna do that to Aizen, and then that's where Aizen got it from. Ishin's like, yeah, no. Let me stop you right there. But yeah. Ryuken's gonna show up, totally badass, in the armor. Possibly sense where Aizen is and attack him. Or tell somebody else and they attack him, I don't know. But I don't have much to say else other than that. And I think there's just one more key point, which was Misaki going over to Ishin and healing him. What do you think of that?
Well, they'll start just how that first op, before the first op started, that last page, with Misaki and Ishin saying, "Let me heal you." It'll end there. I mean, it won't be very long. I feel like that key point will go into the next page, with Ichigo interrupting his dad. I think that's pretty much all that's going to happen. We won't actually get to see Misaki heal Ishin because Ichigo will cut him off at that point.
Yeah, I think Ichigo definitely cut off, because I definitely think that this is the last op chapter, everything but the rain op, whatever chapter. Misaki will go over and she'll do that line that she did, you know, after Ishin healed, after Ishin jumped and saved her. Misaki will go over, "I'm Misaki, I'm a Quincy," and then Ichigo will interrupt, be like, "So, I'm a Quincy and a Shinigami. I'm a Quincy Shinigami hybrid."
With hollow powers.
With hollow powers, because, you know, Misaki was bit. Everything's coming out. So, but yeah, I don't have anything else to say other than that for that part. Do you have anything else to add?
Not really, other than we did come up with a few predictions for maybe upcoming chapters.
We'll have to, we got to see how. Or do you want to do those now, or do you want to? Do them in the next chapter prediction.
We could probably say them now. I mean,
Okay.
there's no harm
All
saying
right.
it now.
Well, you say yours first. Then.
Um, I feel in the next 7 chapters, we will either see Ichigo's birth and the day Misaki died. And if we see Ichigo's birth, I expect to see Aizen in that delivery room.
Yeah. In the black cloak.
And if we see the day Misaki died, I feel like we will see what everyone was doing at that time.
Yeah.
We will see what Udi was doing, Chad was doing, what Hime was doing, Rukia, Renji, maybe Grimmjow at that time.
It's an interesting take.
And I do hope in seeing Kisuke there at Misaki's, where Misaki died at, because
Okay.
I have a crazy theory, and I do believe Kisuke is the one to kill Misaki.
It's interesting.
But that's a whole theory for another video. That's all I gotta say.
I believe the exact same thing about what you just said. That was definitely an interesting take on seeing what everybody else was doing, you know, Chad and Orihime and all of them. And I think if we see her death, I think we'll also see her funeral. Like, we'll see what Ichigo was doing, like, how he reacted. If that was the moment he's like, well, I'm going to protect everybody. I'm going to stop crying and everything and see who all came, and then, you know, they'll all be under the black umbrellas. It'll be raining, and, you know, somebody will lift up an umbrella and it'll be like Kisuke or Aizen, you know, Aizen just be like, I'm in everybody's business. But yeah, I think if we see Masaki's death, then
Interesting.
I think we'll definitely see her burial or whatever, funeral. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that part. So,
One thing to add to your part,
yeah,
just a small little thing. If we do see Masaki's funeral, we will see Udi and Ryukin there
yeah, definitely, because she was
in the
Quincy.
background somewhere.
I bet you, I bet that Udio will go up to Ichigo and be like, he'll say something probably along the lines of, I'm sorry for your loss, or something. Because Ichigo, you know how Ichigo, or Udio came up in the very beginning of the anime, and he's like, I've been in your class since forever, or whatever, and Ichigo's like, I didn't even notice you until now. And it'll be like, they've actually known each other for a really long time. Ichigo's just forgetful. And kind of a baka.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah.
He's not kind of a baka. He is a baka.
Yeah, he is. Baka. Well,
That could be it, though.
yeah, I definitely think I'll go up to him and talk to him and be like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss, or hello, I'm Udio, and I'm a Quincy, and then Ryukin like pulls him away or jerks him away, and Ichigo's just like, what? I'm Udio, and I'm a Quincy. What? Yeah, oh my god, Udi is gonna play like a freaking huge.
Whatever.
I think we're pretty much finishing up, weren't we?
Yeah, you were saying something like Yoshida Ryu was gonna be.
Oh, I was just saying, my prediction for like this arc is obviously Udi is gonna play a giant part, and he's gonna be like the second main character of Bleach. Obviously, it'll be Ichigo and Uryu's story. You know how like Naruto does. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay.
You know how Naruto does you know, Naruto and Sasuke's story?
Yeah.
Well, that's what Bleach is gonna do. Ichigo and Uryu's story. we're gonna see a lot of Uryu whenever he finally comes back. Tight Kubo needs to bring him back.
And soon.
Yeah.
6 more chapters. They'll equal 1 year of manga time
That's
without
just
Ryu.
that's just ridiculous. He'll bring him back on the 5th chapter, right before it.
Yeah.
He'll be like, heh, got you guys.
Like one panel.
Yeah, one panel. It'll be him walking in the far background. Poorly drawn. It's like, damn it.
That's Ryu though.
At least it was Uryu. But you have anything else to add?
I think we're pretty much done.
Yeah. Well, I am the Shinigami,
I'm Clemson.
and I am signing off.
Adios, talkers.
Donna.